Megan Thee Stallion is scrambling right now as new evidence emerges or is set to emerge. But Tory Lanez, hashtag free Tory, is getting support from an unlikely source. And that source is a sitting U.S. Congresswoman. Yes, we're going to go over her statements, which has caused panic in the Megan Thee Stallion camp. But before we go over that, I want to show you Megan's last message in regards to everything that's going on right now. First and foremost, at least she's not getting up on live stream and speaking. I'm sure that she had this reviewed by people of her team before she put it on there, instead of just going live like the original way that she first tried to out Tory, and we poked holes in her story like Swiss cheese because a lot of it didn't make sense. Nevertheless, let's go over what she's saying right now. At what point are y'all gonna stop making me have to relive being shot by Tory? At what point are Tory and y'all fans gonna stop lying? Like, how much is the check to keep harassing me? Why is this happening every day? 1 minute, him/y'all said I was never shot. Matter of fact, you said that, Megan the male horse. You said that. You said that it was glass at first. You remember that? Or we just revising history?
Do my shit, pop my shit like the bitch I always been. And I'm trying to save niggas. And y'all on the internet talking about, oh, bitch ain't get shot, we do this, oh, free tour. That nigga not in jail. He not in jail because I didn't tell the laws what happened as soon as it happened, and I should have.
So he'll be in jail now.
I'm smart. I didn't have to spare that nigga. I don't have to spare nobody, but I did. And I'm done. Y'all asking where people at? Why ain't nobody saying nothing? Ask them why they not saying nothing. I haven't talked to the same people. Y'all worry about where they at.
1 minute, y'all said I was never shot. Now y'all letting him play in y'all face again and say that I was shot, but it wasn't him. Oh, okay. Matter of fact, I don't even know if she had anyone read this. Nevertheless, I'm sick of this ish. Leave me the F alone! Exclamation point. He ain't dare get on that stand and deny that he me. And that was his choice because he knows he did that ish. I don't give a F about a blog or a bot. Why in the F would me, Megan Thee Stallion, have to lie on this MF about shooting me? How mad at the person that got shot. Facts are facts. He did it, and it was proven. In court, F the hate campaign on the internet. Tory, you shot me. Ain't no new effing evidence. Y'all been saying the same ish for years, Tory. Please leave me alone. You are a effing demon. I'm off this silly ash internet-ish. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm sure that everybody that's falsely imprisoned right now will agree with you that if it's proven in court, that must mean that it's true, right? So Megan released this after mounting pressure, not specific to that news conference about a week or so ago, where they said that they had a former bodyguard from Kelsey's camp that admitted under sworn oath that he overheard Kelsey saying that the gun was fired from her. Megan ignored that. It didn't really heat up until the Congresswoman got on Tory's side. Now, the Congresswoman, whose name is Anna Paulina Luna, wrote this from her Twitter account. Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years despite having no prior record, largely due to a firearm enhancement law now under scrutiny for racial bias. Black defendants face a 92% higher rate of this enhancement. That's not justice, that is discrimination. She goes on to write that the forensic evidence in the Lanez case was deeply flawed. 0.01% chance his DNA was on the firearm, 0% on the magazine, no fingerprints, DNA from 4 individuals found. Tory wasn't a primary contributor. Key gunshot residue tests never performed on others. This raises serious doubts. Mind you, Kelsey had immunity, so she never had to give a DNA sample, so it was never cross-referenced to check what was on the firearm. She goes on to write, newly surfaced body cam and medical records show Megan Thee Stallion initially claimed that she stepped out on glass. Now, we knew that from her own admission. ER records show that no bullet fragments on the x-rays, bullet fragments allegedly removed, are now missing. Evidence handling was a disaster. This is like in murder cases, it significantly increases the rate of conviction if they find the body, because then forensics can be ran, additional information can be utilized in order to prove who done it. Here, you don't even have the fragment, but was still able to get a conviction when his DNA was not found on the firearm, Crazy. Under California's Racial Justice Act and recent legislation limiting the use of rap lyrics and character evidence, Tory Lanez deserves a full review. His conviction was built on an outdated and unconstitutional grounds. Tory Lanez's trial included prosecutorial misconduct, exclusion of mitigating factors, use of protected speech, rap lyrics, tattoos as evidence, witness contradictions, immunity deals with unclear motives. This is not how justice is supposed to work. Key witnesses changed their stories or contradicted themselves. One admitted in court she lied in a DA interview. Another, this is a security guard, gave a statement that Harris admitted to firing the gun. This case deserves fresh eyes and full transparency. And then she cites the portions of the Constitution that are a raise of concern in regards to his case. And then she follows up and she's standing on business. Justice isn't served when due process is ignored, evidence is mishandled, and race plays a role in sentencing. Tory Lanez deserves a fair hearing, and if justice prevails, he deserves his freedom. Free Tory Lanez. And she copied the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. She then follows up adding the governor again and saying, I'm calling on Governor Newsom to review the Tory Lanez case and issue a pardon. His 10-year sentence was based on flawed evidence, political pressure, and prosecutorial bias. Justice may be blind, not driven by headlines. Free Tory Lanez. And then followed up with a link to the Caldwell Institute for Public Safety to sign a petition to free Tory Lanez with a full letter that I'll leave for you guys down in the comment box, the description box, for you guys to be able to go over, because the Twitter version was the smaller summary, and you can sign the petition right here. And it looks like at this point it has over 270,000 verified signatures. Now hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought she was finished? She then follows up this morning and says, we have compelling evidence proving Tory Lanez's innocence, and it will be released in the next 36 hours. Those who rushed to call for his incarceration and worse, yet pushed false evidence, should be prepared to be held accountable. This is exactly why Megan started to panic, and chances are she doesn't even know what this evidence is. And here's what I truly believe. I don't think Megan knows who shot her. I think that at the point that she pinned it on Tory, there is no going back though. So any evidence that goes against what her accusation was, what they've created all of them Hulu, Netflix documentaries about, would absolutely ruin her. So why would she want the truth to come out? Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking off of the bat, seeing that this is a congresswoman. Oh, look at this DEI supporting, right, like Black BLM, Black Lives Matter. Well, she's actually Republican. She ain't about that life. This is actually posted from her IG account, a message from Donald Trump showing support. Now, I wanted a little bit more information about her and found this video.
I would just like to remind people that whether you're white, black, brown, we all bleed the same. So to have this completely divisive ideology being pushed, to have members from across the aisle making it about race.
Ana Paulina Luna is a freshman member of Congress from Florida, and she is one of the newest and most prominent young faces in the Republican Party right now, certainly on Capitol Hill. She represents a generational shift for Republicans in a number of ways. She's the youngest member of the Republican Conference right now. She's the fourth youngest member of the House. She's the first Mexican-American representative from the state of Florida. And only with 6 months on the Hill under her belt, she's already making a significant difference within the Republican Party.
Americans have absolutely lost faith in our justice system. And frankly, while this is happening, just imagine what the world is thinking.
There has been a growing trend of people who get elected to Congress and then who parlay their seat into a huge online following. You saw that, I think, first and foremost with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and then with some newer members of the Republican Party like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert. But what Ana Paulina Luna represents is really the first member who came in as a social media influencer and used that to engineer a successful campaign to then win a seat in Congress.
Wow.
She also was enticed into conservative politics because of the rise of Donald Trump. She told me she went with her father to a Trump rally early in 2016, and that's where she kind of caught the bug and became more and more vocal on social media. You know, as she's shown, she's very loyal to Trump.
This is an attempt to unseat a sitting president, which is also known as a coup.
She was on Fox News regularly. She had lots of clips that go viral. In 2019, when Kamala Harris was a presidential candidate, she randomly ran into her at the airport and asked a stranger to film her as she harassed her over her support for ending Trump's family separations policy, and that took off like wildfire. She had really established herself as a pugnacious figure who was shrewd and effective at pummeling the political establishment in a way that the grassroots found compelling.
Do you believe that allowing these practices puts the national security of the United States at risk?
One of the first things that happened after she gets sworn into Congress is she makes a play to get on the House Oversight Committee. James Comer, the Republican from Kentucky, has a meeting with Kevin McCarthy before he goes to the steering committee to decide who gets their committee assignment, and says, Anna Paulina Luna wants to be on oversight. It was the most requested seat for a committee assignment for any of the Republican freshmen. McCarthy didn't blink, said, let her on. She's someone we could really use to our advantage, and that is something that has worked out for the two of them.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the House of Representatives censures and condemns Adam Schiff, representative of California's 30th Congressional District.
Her capstone project, which happened fairly recently, was she was able to push the Republican Party to censure Adam Schiff, who was the impeachment manager of Trump's first impeachment, which most of the party actually didn't really want to do, but she had discovered a procedural maneuver to force the vote. And while the first time it didn't work out because 20 members of her own party voted against it, she was able to mobilize a social media backlash and then forced another vote a week later, and not a single Republican voted against it. So she's already proven to be an effective new member of the Republican House. You know, she was, as a freshman, had done some research to discover a procedural maneuver to force votes on the House floor using privileged resolutions, which is what she did on the Schiff resolution to get it to a vote, even though there was resistance among some corners of the House leadership. That is a tactic that has since been replicated by the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, who are using it to force votes on impeachment proceedings against Biden and other members of the administration. So she's shown that she at least has some tact and some strategy to try and get things to happen on Capitol Hill.
And that's what I'm going to end this conversation here today. I can't wait for about 24 hours from now so we can go over whatever this evidence is. Guys, subscribe to the channel. Keep locked to the channel because as soon as it comes out, we're going to be going it over right here. But guys, drop me your line down below. Let me know what you think about this case right now or this development. Do you think that Tory will eventually be pardoned? Do you think that all of this is a fake publicity stunt just to get him out of jail so threats on his life are no more? Let me know down in the comment box down below. And if anything, I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace. You is ratchet as they come. Rainbow weaves and batwing lashes. Weighing more than a man. What time is your football practice? I bet you can hit that A gift like a mug. How you big back it. Said a man must buy you gifts. Where here goes a Fitbit tracker. Are you mad? Cause you got 3 kids by 4 different dads. You pick cookies, then you bash. Oh man, when you get sad, then you brainwash.